Okay, this is Coach Dez talking to you. And on the board is the Titans. Now, how I got started is a co-worker told me that I needed to get this information out here. He said, you know too much and people need to know this. And I said, because he was asking me, well, how do you think they're going to do against them? And I kept saying, well, this is how they need to do, and this is what they need to do in order to stop their defense and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so here is the Titans. And I'm going to let David know they ain't going back. They need to make a lot of changes. And I'll let him know that personally when he asks me. So now, like I said, I always take the average yard per carry as well as the average passing yard per carry. So that's what you see right here. So I don't worry about the middle because, to me that's just taking a knee or, you're just trying to kill the clock. That's basically what the middle is for. If you have a larger numbers than you do the right and left side, that means you got a good offensive line. Because that means you're moving that defense out the way to get to where you need to get to. Okay, so you're strong on the left side. You average 5.67 yards per carry in the regular season. You are strong in the middle. Great. 15.76 yards per carry in the middle. That is good. But what I worry about is sacks. Your quarterback is not going to make it. You're averaging 3.5 sacks per game. You're averaging a 0.2 for interceptions, which means you're handling the ball. He's making smart decisions. But fumbles, you're almost at 1, but 0.81. Now, in the postseason, you were pretty much on 485. The middle, you did better, 6.47, and 469. You dropped a little bit on the left side. But as far as your rushing yards, you dropped definitely here on the right and the left side. But the middle, you picked it up. You were 19.44 yards per carry passing in the middle. And you corrected the sacks. You protected your quarterback because he was only 1.7 yards sacks. Your interceptions remained and your fumbles remained because it was 0.7 and 0.3. So you did good there. But the problem is this. I don't know who made the calls, and I'm not going to blame anybody, but you had a double-digit lead. That game was all yours. I don't know what you did. And I don't know who goes for it on 4th down. Kick the ball away. There was not that much time left. Kick the ball away and let them go down the field. But, okay, let's just talk about your defense. Let's just go to defense. I'll do the conclusion after that. Defense. Okay. You give up more yards on the left side, 4.43. You also did that in the postseason. Your numbers increased in giving up yards. 485. You gained 1 yard more on the right side in the postseason. You reduced this down to 286, but you increased 6.62 yards in the postseason. So something happened on this left side. So passing, your weakness is right down the middle. I don't know if your safeties were not communicating with each other, or your middle linebacker missed somebody, but you're giving up 70%. Right here, this is your weakness. 11.86 yards per carry. And in the postseason, you gave up 13.2 yards per carry. These two remained the same. 11 yards and 10.7. So it was this middle that killed you, and it was the rushing left that killed you. Sacks, you averaged 2.75 in the regular season. You're 0.81 for interceptions and fumble. You remained the same. Sacks, you didn't go after the quarterback that much in the postseason. 2 sacks per game, 1 and 1. So even though you pretty much, this was your weakness, here and here. Now I don't know what happened, but I can tell you this much. I'm sorry, but y'all not going back. I don't know who made the decisions to go for it on 4th down, do a fake punt. That's on y'all. Somebody didn't speak up loud enough. In my opinion, I would have kicked the ball down the field and made them earn those yards. Because as they're going from the 10-yard line all the way back 90 yards, that clock chews up. We got to understand that clock management is the key to winning a game. If you got a double-digit lead and you're on offense rushing, you're rushing and averaging 4 to 5 yards per carry, that's enough to keep the clock running and keep the ball in your side of the court. Don't turn the ball over and go for it on 4th down or a fake punt or whatever and decide that we're going to get in the game that way. No. Your numbers speak for themselves. Kick the ball off and let them earn those 90 yards. You got to know where to play your team, how you match up with them, and maintain. Once you get a double-digit lead, don't give it up. Don't let them come back and get back in the game. Look at the games. I'm sitting at home. I got 4 years worth of data on y'all, and I'm putting this out here because my son wanted me to break down for fantasy football players so he knows who to start and who to sit, and so that way he can get more points out of playing fantasy football. So I'm doing this for my son. So I will have a second board here. I'm going to pick 2 teams every week before the game start. It will be a week in advance so that you can get your fantasy football players together. Hopefully they don't have injuries. You'll be able to maneuver, shift them, sit them, start them. You have all the information you need right here. All right. See you later. Adios.